a really typical family laundry. It has a huge sink inside, a very small and standard cupboard which limits space underneath it. It has a massive linen press in here as well, and a washer and a dryer. Pretty stock standard for a family laundry. And you can see that this family laundry has had over a decade of wear and tear. The walls are roughed up, the bench top around the sink is stained with rust marks and chemical marks, and the washing machine, you know, the seals on it have gone moldy and mildewy, and I tell you, the dryer, I reckon it might have been one of the original ones ever made. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it. The first thing I'm going to do on this sink side is I'm going to increase storage capacity. Step one, I'm going to put in a smaller Abbey sink. It is amazing, wait till you see it, as well as some very clever tapware, and specifically designed Hafele fit out inside of the cupboards to make sure that I'm maximising functionality of every piece of storage that I have. Now let's get in and finish off this demo. First things first, let's make sure we have some key elements sorted, like the ventilation. Now to do this, I'm having a vent air bus installed to make sure that any damp, stale and dusty air in this environment that often builds up in the laundry can be extracted from the space. It's time to get the cutting edge team in to start building up the cabinetry. Super pumped about my new higher appliances, and look, big decisions for me when I was choosing them were around the ideas of capacity. So this puppy here has a huge and new capacity of 12 kilos, which with a family my size is quite massive. It also has some great family friendly features, such as the Steam Plus, which means that it is fantastic at minimising and controlling both the bacteria and the allergens that we find throughout our entire home. Not to mention, it has an antibacterial guarantee on that seal. So unlike my old washer, it's not going to get that scum mildew look, which completely grosses me out. And it happened on my last machine really quickly. I know my son is super pumped because his bedroom's next door, and this new machine has a direct drive motor, which means it's not only more efficient, but it's quieter. A 4.5 star Wells water rating as well as efficiency rating. Not to mention it's 16 cycles. So finally, truly, my delicates will truly be treated with the kid gloves they deserve. I'm equally as excited with this new heat pump dryer as well. Not only do we have a lot of washing in our house, we certainly have a lot of drying. And this is bigger than I've ever had actually. This is an 8-kilo dryer. So it's a heat pump dryer, which means that it doesn't over dry your clothes, and it also dries them at a much lower temperature. And so you're not over drying and damaging your clothes. And one of the parts I love, because I do not enjoy ironing, is it actually has a reverse tumble, which really helps with the creasing of your clothes. And to top it off, it comes with 16 options for drying. So I can truly start to dry my clothes the way I want to.
The cabinets are in and the machines are in too. It's time to start refitting off the plumbing and the sink to allow the stonemasons to come in and check measure. Now this has to be one of my favourite parts of the laundry thus far, and it is a divine porcelain sink from France. I guess there would be a French way of saying this, but I'm going to say chambord. It is just beautiful. I'm going to undermount this under the stone. So I've had Stone Obsession come in and do a check measure for the stone to make sure that it's going to sit beautiful on the lip of this sink, as well as wrapping around the splash bag. And I picked this one up from Nova. So Nova are traditionally known as a wholesale outlet, but in fact they are the perfect place for renovators to go to as well, because they do also do retail. So I was lucky enough to go to one in my local town, Newcastle, but they do have outlets all around the country. And one of the things I love about them is they have specialised knowledge and advice, and you know how much I believe in that. And they also have a range of products, not just sinks. So they have sinks, door hardware, they have handles, you name it. Jump onto their website and have a look. But this is certainly one that I picked up from there, and I am loving it. Over the last couple of days we have had so many trades in here. Electricians, Advantage Plumbing, we've had the cutting edge joinery team installing these amazing cabinetries. Quite traditional, which I like, but with some super powered practical functional stuff inside from Renovie, which I will show you really soon. So this means for me, a lot of people would stop here. A lot of people would go, I've got my appliances in. So you've seen the awesome high-air appliances that have gone in. We've got in our sink. We're just waiting on our stone bench top. So a lot of people would go, check, I am done. I can use this laundry. In fact, I was washing and drying in here last night. But for me, there is still so much missing from here. It feels impersonal, it needs some love, it needs some beauty, as well as some extra functionality. So I'm going to turn my attention now to the opposite wall. We have this wall covered. Now let's work out what we can do on this one. Make sure you are watching next week to check out the finished space. Thanks for tuning in. Now, if you loved what you saw in this video, I've popped the link to one of my latest posts below where I go into more detail for you. Enjoy.